Hi everyone, this is Alan Alasesto from Group 1, also known as Pacific Icon. Our group consists of Blake Glass, Edward Montgomery, Juhee Kim, and myself. Our HCI 440 group project is entitled The Invisible Receipt of AI. To give you all a high overview of the topics we will be covering today, we're providing a presentation roadmap. Let's go ahead and get started with the project summary and the system concepts. The problem we wanted to address revolves around the use of AI and its environmental impact. With AI becoming more prevalent through tools like ChatGPT, Claude, and Gemini, very few people understand the different costs associated with their use since they come off as free to use tools. Most users lack the awareness of what damages we are causing to the environment by leveraging these tools, token usage, and what each token entails in terms of computing power needed for a prompt in one of these tools. And of course, the financial costs, both for the users and the institutions that maintain these systems. It became clear as users of AI tools ourselves that very little documentation or general information was easily accessible. So here we could go ahead and find our system concept statement, which was the driving force behind our design. Our project goals directly translate from the problem we identified in the AI tool usage. We wanted to increase transparency of the various costs of AI tools, whether it be financial or environmental. Our solution aims to provide information without breaking our users outside of their workflow. So having the option to use a tool in real time or whenever convenient. Our solution is meant to be data rich, so we wanted to be able to provide users with as much digestible information as possible to make informed decisions about their AI tool usage. And then to speak to the last point here, data privacy tends to be a huge point of contention with many applications. So we wanted to build a solution that allows users to have a sense of control in how their data is used. Here we have a high overview of our research. Our research methods consisted of peer interviews, surveys/questionnaires, team discussions, and comparative research. And so here we'll find the key findings, and I'll also provide some additional information here. So high frequency of AI usage. All of our participants used AI tools to some capacity, whether it be in the professional setting or settling disputes in casual conversations. Many of our participants were technically informed and understood what AI does and how it functions, but even among them, there were little awareness of the environmental impacts and what that looked like. So again, low awareness of environmental costs. Users prefer non-invasive systems, so we wanted something that was one, easy to use and can work in tandem with these different AI tools. So again, especially when working in a professional capacity, we wanted to have something that wouldn't interrupt that workflow. So trust and privacy are critical. A lot of information is available for AI impact, but a lot of it isn't easily accessible. And with our solution that makes broad assumptions about AI usage, we wanted to make sure that those assumptions were rooted in publicly available information from credible sources. Those credible sources ideally being directly from the companies behind these systems. So we do provide a lot of information within our application. So we wanted to make sure that that information can be trusted and displayed in a easy way.
Hello everyone, this is Juhee Kim, and I will be covering the persona and design evolution portion of our project. Through our interviews and surveys, we found that users approached AI very differently. Some wanted detailed analytics and comparisons, while others cared more about privacy, trust, and understanding the impact of their AI usage. To represent these perspectives, we created 4 personas: Seung, Kang, Amanda, and Brandon. Each reflects a different level of AI experience, awareness, and motivation. Seung is a skeptical power user who wants trustworthy and actionable data. Kang is a casual learner who is most likely to change behavior when shown impact data. Amanda is a high-volume professional user focused on efficiency and productivity. Brandon is a conscientious user who carefully evaluates when AI should be used. Throughout the project, we designed the features to support all four personas. For this presentation, we will use Seung's scenario because it highlights most of the system's core features. Drawing from the needs of all personas, we designed interactions that balance transparency, awareness, and user control. The system automatically detects AI activity through a lightweight widget, allow user to generate environmental receipts, provides a historical analytics through a dashboard, and offers customizable tracking and privacy settings. Together, these features support both casual and advanced AI users without disrupting their workflow. As a team, we began by creating individual wireframe concepts based on our research findings. Each member explored different approaches to AI monitoring, analytics, privacy controls, and workflow management. We then compared our concepts, combined the strongest features, and developed a unified intersection structure. This process allowed us to evolve from individual feature ideas into a complete cross-platform experience. The final solution combines all of our concepts into a single transparency-focused platform. Users can monitor AI activity through a live widget, generate impact receipts, review historical trends in the analytics dashboard, receive notification, and customize tracking through privacy controls. By supporting both the desktop and mobile experiences, the system provides awareness and transparency while remaining lightweight and non-disruptive to everyday AI workflows. These concepts were later refined through usability testing and redesign iterations, which we will discuss next.
For our usability testing, each member conducted an individual usability session using our interactive Figma prototype. Participants completed tasks involving the widget, environmental receipt, dashboard notifications, and privacy settings, while we observed how easily they could navigate the system, understand the information being presented, and whether they would realistically use a tool like this in their daily workflow. Overall, the results were very positive. All four participants were able to successfully complete the required tasks and describe the application as user-friendly and easy to navigate. The dashboard was consistently identified as the most useful feature because it centralized historical usage trends, comparison between AI tools, and environmental impact information in one place. Participants also appreciated that the system provided transparency without significantly disrupting their normal workflow. However, the testing revealed several recurring themes. While users generally understood the purpose of the system, they wanted more clarity surrounding environmental terminology, dashboard metrics, audit logs, and how environmental and financial calculations were generated. Several participants expressed that they would trust the data more if the methodology behind the calculations was easier to understand. Because of this feedback, our redesign focused on improving clarity, transparency, and user trust rather than changing the overall navigation structure. The dashboard received the largest updates, including informational tooltips, clear graph labels, improved helper text, and a new How Metrics Are Calculated feature to explain how environmental and financial estimates are generated. We also updated the onboarding experience with a new educational section called How AI Usage Impacts Resources, which helps explain concepts such as energy usage, water consumption, and carbon emissions. Finally, we strengthened our privacy and customization screens by adding clear privacy explanations, more descriptive settings, and a dedicated Your Privacy is Protected section. that emphasizes local data storage and user control. These redesign decisions were directly driven by the feedback we received during our usability testing and helped make the system more understandable, transparent, and approachable while maintaining the lightweight experience that users responded positively to.
As we've navigated through iterations of the wireframes, surveying, gathering information, and reiterating has allowed for us to build on this final prototype that I'll showcase with you all. We'll navigate through the installation sequence of the web extension and show the usability functionality that our testers had come to experience and allow for the navigation of the components we chose to include. This right here is an overview of our widget that will provide an accurate receipt to the context that is showcased while the extension is installed and running. Future iterations could allow for a desktop application to be installed that will allow for sort of a listen-only approach to account for the web activities and thick clients that users may interact with outside of this tool. So on the right-hand side, we can see how the widget is in this floating state. This is going to show a receipt opportunity as far as how the current querying and relationships with the respective AI tools have come to exist with the user's interaction and browsing session. This is an initial view of the CO2 and water impact based on current prompts and sequences. This will remain in a floating state, futurely allowing it to live in the extension itself, so users can just be connecting away, typing in their respective prompts, come up here and see that widget and that opportunity. Now let's take a look at the dashboard. Here at the dashboard, we can see the main staples of content that we want our users to actively be aware of. Cost of usage of the AI tools, how their querying has impacted the CO2 output the data centers have to emit, volumes of water needed to conduct the cooling of those computing resources, and quantity of tokens required to conduct the respective AI prompts. These are the key metrics that users of the AI space should become familiar with as it impacts their usability. Note that the data is just mock data. It's not reflective of my current usage of myself or any time of this. As you continue to leverage the application, it will grow and be more dynamic to that usability. Now, as you scroll down the page, we can see greater metrics and data that can be viewable for the users to be more aware of for those that may not be exactly data savvy and potentially requiring more information that they want to maybe select, deselect when we go into the settings. Now, settings can be viewed at the bottom or at the top. Right here, we're just going to select at the bottom. Here in settings, we want to provide that granular structure for what data and thresholds a user should see in the dashboard, in addition to content they wish to sync or expunge from their devices that the information has been collected upon. So here you can select how you want to manage the data, how everything works, any kind of notification preferences, in addition to the AI tools that you want to collaborate with or engage upon, in addition to what you may or may not want to see. We want to ensure that there are a couple takeaways that we have learned through the sequence. One is having clean and digestible data that builds on the user engagements that we want to portray and inform our users of. This clean dashboard of metrics impacts showcases the level of impact that a given user's AI usage could have on their frequency of use on their respective tools. Clarity on the values creates trust. By having informational guidelines be available to how metrics were calculated, informs the users how we got those numbers to be portrayed. Without this, it can create a gray area as users may lose the attention of how those numbers came to be, and that can dramatically impact user adoption. And third is simplicity of use. By having this application exist in a listen-only state, ensures that the user is in charge of the data and the impact that they want to see when it comes to their usability. If it doesn't follow normal methods of installation, locational settings, toggling, then we lose out on what users have come to expect with other applications and tools out there. Thank you for joining us on our presentations, and I hope if you do have any questions for us, please post them on D2L and we will get back to you.